fight answered a lot of questions about myself as well. I sat down there and I was like, Joe, well done. Gave myself a pound on the back for making it here, because at one stage it was looking like I couldn't even live another day.
Charlotte Daly with Melsport Boxing, joined by Conor Benn. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. Back again for this big fight night. You've been in the same room as Chris Eubank Jr. today. Get the juices flowing a little bit?
Yeah, I like the guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good fighter, and he gave me one hell of a fight.
It's a bit of a change of tune from the first fight. Do you feel like you wasted too much emotional energy in the build-up to the fight, and are you trying to stop that from happening this time?
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just here training hard, preparing to beat Chris Eubank systematically November 15th.
You talk about in the first fight the fact that you were emotional in it. You've always been someone to wear your heart on your sleeve, especially in your style. You want to change that slightly going into the rematch, but it's easier said than done when it's innate within you. How do you change that? How do you keep that emotion under cap?
It's not really. You got to look at my whole career at 147 or 154 even. It's just discipline. That's all. It's not. It's just being in control of your emotions. I think my rage and anger consumed me in the first fight, which is why it was one hell of a fight, but which is why I wasn't content with the performance.
In terms of the performance, though, you did hurt him. You did put him in hospital. Do you think that shows that you have the capability to really cause damage?
Yeah, of course. I always knew I could cause damage. Going up to 160, I knew I could hurt him still, based on sparring and the way I was moving and the way I was feeling. It's another thing then, can I take his power? Because he probably went into the ring maybe 175, 180. So while I went in the ring at 160, or under 160. So that was the only question, is can I take his shots? More so in my head. Because you're resilient and you're tough at 147 or 154, but then going up then again, another weight is another challenge in itself. So, I always knew I could hurt him. There was no doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to close the show within 3 rounds. And then when I saw that I could hurt him, it was a matter of greed that stopped me from getting the finish.
He's even said today that he doesn't feel like he was hurt in the fight. Why do you think he says that? And do you think he genuinely believes that he wasn't hurt?
I genuinely believe he thinks he wasn't hurt, but the videos don't lie. The fight, that you could watch the fight back. He said in the face-off just now that for the Smith fight, he was ready to go. He was out on his feet cold. He said he wasn't hurt at all then. So you just got to watch the videos. You just got to watch the fight back to see that he was hurt and on shaky legs. That's not me speculating. That's not me making it up. If you can see it, it is what it is. And he recovered well. Maybe he's hurt. His ego's hurt. That welterweight can hurt him.
Talking about watching the fight back, how many times have you watched it back, and how many times do you plan to watch it in the build-up to the rematch?
Well, this will make you laugh. I've only watched it back once, and the only time I watched it back was when my son asked to watch it, but I didn't want to say no to my son. But then my son was like, "Dad, did you win?" So I'm sitting there going, "Oh, I just left it. I didn't give him an answer." And then he's asked me again. He kept pressing me on it. It was a good fight, son. It was a good fight. So if that ain't fuel to the fire, then I don't know what is.
Is it hard to make yourself sit down and watch it? Or?
It is, yeah, because I know what I've done wrong in there. When I'm going back round after round, not even caring whether I'd won the round, it was a matter of just inflicting pain and hurting him. I didn't go back to the corner going, "What do you think I won that round?" I was in a trance. I was in I didn't even want to break. If you look at each round, each minute, I was up 30 seconds before the bell even went. Why was I not sitting down taking instruction? I was standing up 30 seconds into recovery period, rest for the minute rest, ready to go, standing there in the corner while he's sitting down there on his stool slumped. So for me it was I was just in a headspace where it was just a matter of just punishing him.
That's what my question kind of is, though. How do you prevent that from happening again? Like, obviously, you've got Tony in the
I
corner.
don't feel that way right now. I feel very differently this time around in general. It's just experience, that's all. You got to remember, it was my first fight back in 13 months. After the whole scandal had gone on, it was my first fight back in the UK in almost 3-4 years. And then it was also my first fight at 160. Tensions were running high. My emotions still, I was still dealing with trauma at the time of, yeah, I still weren't really in a good place mentally. You know, and there was a lot of wounds still going into that fight that needed healing, which I've now allowed myself time to heal.
I heard you say a word a minute ago about being at peace now when you weren't at peace before. That's a journey to get there. What's been the most significant part on that journey to get you here today to this peaceful
I'd probably
point?
say my family. I'd probably say, yeah, my kids, definitely. I'd say me sitting down and being proud of myself for overcoming the adversity, and carrying on, just keeping it going, even though times got tough, and not quitting, not folding, not folding under pressure. Just be who you are, and being at peace with that is what's given me the peace I have now. Church, family, my team. The fight answered a lot of questions about myself as well. You know, I sat down there and I was like, Joe, what? Well done. Gave myself a pat on the back for making it here, because at one stage it was looking like I couldn't even live another day.
What would you say the biggest thing you learnt about yourself was then in that ring?
What I learned about that ring is I'm a fighter. I mean, listen, I've had now, 24 pro fights, 24, 25. And it's only taken me now to realise I'm a fighter. This is what I do. Like, I'm meant for this. You know, and this is my calling. This is who I am. This is what I do. You know, and I feel like, you know, when the crown's heavy, you're presented with adversity, presented with tough times. You just got to keep fighting.
One of the most iconic moments after the fight took place was when you were staring out over the ropes. Your dad came over to you as well. What emotionally was kind of going through your mind?
That was probably the most emotional point of my whole life, because I'm sitting there going, okay, 116, 112, so I clearly lost. But then I'm thinking, well, but it couldn't have been. So it's hard suffering the loss initially. Then it's, okay, well, 116, 112, which means I clearly lost. So then what fight was I in? That was going through my head, as well as looking out at the stadium going, we did this, I did this. And then it was, I'm now back where I left off. I'm now back. And like, I reinvented myself. I'm here now, you know. And I was proud that the fight delivered. You know, the crowd erupted after the fight. So it was like, then I was like, but I lost still. Then I was like 160, 112. But now I'm like, I'm free again. But then I'm like, but then, yes, I was like, I'm just looking out, just trying to take it all in. And then my dad being there, I was, yeah, disappointment, happiness. It was like a mix of emotions. I couldn't even tell you.
Do you relive that moment in training now? Does that fuel you when you're in training?
No, I relive the fight. I relive the fight and what I did wrong.
You have a chance for redemption in November, but is there any part of you that regrets taking the first fight? Because you jumped up in weight, it's Eubank Ben. Is there any part of you?
No, I don't, because it's the entertainment business. And this fight appealed to so many generations. How can I not give it to the public? I'm a servant of the public. We are servants of the public. Our job is to entertain. So this was that fight. And whether it's me going up in weight, it's going up 2 weights. It's not, this is for the public. This is for you guys. I owe it to the public to give you guys this fight. Especially when it fell through first time around. I owe it to you guys to give you this fight. You know, my world title goals are on hold at the moment, but it's only for now. It's only for the next 8 weeks.
Do you think the second fight can live up to expectations because of how incredible the first fight was and the occasion?
First fight for me was, I said it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to entertain. I said I was going to knock him out. I said I was going to do it, so that was my goal. My goal is to go in there and get the win, however that comes. I'm not looking for I'm not looking for nothing. I'm going there to do what I got to do, whether it's as entertaining the first or not. I mean, you've never seen a boring Conor Benn fight, so it's like, listen, who am I kidding?
Look, my last question for you then is, who is the people's champ? Because we've been back and forth. You guys have it one way, Chris has it another way. Who really is the people's
I
champ?
wouldn't say either I said the people's champ. I've got so much love for the people. I wouldn't be where I am today without the people. I wouldn't be who I am without the people. As far as people champs, the people's champ, you don't say you're the people's champ. The people say it. And I know a lot of people love me. A lot of people love me. Some people hate me. I've always got time for my supporters, for those who show me love. I'll always take a picture. I feel flattered when people want to ask me for a picture, because all it is just a little old me. Do you know what I mean? So I feel flattered. And I'm blessed. But who is the people's champ? I don't know, because I just can't stick Chris. I just don't like Chris. But people's champ, villain, wherever I am, as long as you're entertained, I'm happy.